Have you ever really wanted to ask a senior royal a burning question? Truly, what question would that be? Because right now, that opportunity could be coming your way. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London, as ever. Nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well, whatever you're doing. Thank you so much as well for all the kind comments about that beautiful story we shared with you by a lovely lady called Maureen from New Zealand, who very kindly sent me her picture of a few years ago now, presented a beautiful bouquet to our gracious Majesty the Queen when she visited New Zealand. I love seeing those pictures, don't you? So evocative of the time. And when you think, people were far more respectful, weren't they, And as I said to Maureen on her message, that I thought it was wonderful that, she kind of had a memory of it, even though she was so young. But as ever, brilliant for her parents to have that memory, and for her still to have that memory all throughout her life. What a wonderful thing to have. As ever, thank you so much for your kind comments regarding that. It was really sweet of you. But back as ever to your Breaking Royal story of the day. This particular story does make me smile, in fact, because as we told you a couple of days ago, Prince Harry himself has now got a few issues trying to, shall we say, market himself, given the fact that they've come off social media and seemingly they only want to put out messages on their webpage when they're deciding to announce to the world who they're standing with this time. You get the picture. So now it comes as no surprise that Prince Harry and his team are having to think of some tactical ways in order to make sure they can reconnect with what they call their audience for the forthcoming memoir and other projects that he's planning, including, of course, the documentary for Netflix about the Invictus Games. I'm not sure if that would need too much publicity, because I think people truly would be interested in the people with the Invictus Games. I know I would. I've been lucky enough to meet quite a few of them over the years, and they are very commendable people who gave so much, and it's nice to have their story being told. So I don't really want to see a backlash against that, because I think that would be unfair on them. I know what some people think, but let's not forget it's their story too. Whoever's telling it, we need to possibly park that and just enjoy their story, their bravery, etc. But now for Harry, I think it's going to be interesting, because the publicity people have decided that they need to get him well connected, And one of the ideas circling around, sorry I'm giggling, but I do find this quite strange, is that you come up with a thing called Ask Harry. And basically he will go online and select questions that you can put forward, and then of course he will answer them. Now you can imagine how selective that's going to be. I know big superstars like Lady Gaga, Madonna, Rihanna, they've all done that sort of thing in the past. And they're very clever, in fact, because most of them actually take the questions live, which I think is an actually better way. There's more jeopardy, it's more interesting actually when you think about it. But of course, can the team around the former royal really, particularly when the questions are coming up on screen and the panel at the side, could they afford that? So I do think it's going to be rather selective, but nonetheless, it's a very clever way of getting some questions through to Prince Harry, and perhaps, maybe, I'm not 100% sure, that he will, of course, answer some more leading questions regarding the contents of his forthcoming book. This is all part of a strategy to make sure that we are connected back with Harry as I say, he ramps up the PR for the forthcoming memoir that he's been paid so much money for. I'll finalise with this. Will you be tuning in? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.